What's going on, everybody out there? Your Dark Avenger Chris here, and welcome to another toy review. In this video, we're going to be talking about this big guy over here. This is the Marvel Legends 12-inch figure series Spider-Man. Now, Marvel Legends made a very small run of 12-inch figures. I don't know if they were testing the waters. For those of you that would like a good comparison, this is your standard Marvel Legend figure. Yeah. It's basically it times 2. And one thing I really like, and we'll talk about when we open it up, is the articulation is basically all still the same, if not more. And Marvel Legends decided, I guess they decided to test the waters for 12-inch figures. They released 3. This guy right here, the Amazing Spider-Man. They released Iron Man and Captain America. Later on, they'd release a 4th one that's more of an exclusive or a harder to find 12-inch figure, which was Deadpool, of course. Whenever something big hits, you always got to throw Deadpool into the mix. So you can find these figures in stores. I got lucky. Amazon, I guess these have been out for a while. They used to run for about a good $25, $30. The standard Marvel Legends is anywhere from $15 to $20. These guys are about $10 more, give or take, maybe a little bit more than that. I'm not sure when they first came out. I got this for a $20 price tag. These have been out for quite a while. I guess, like I said, Marvel Legends decided to try a stab at 12-inch, see if people would really be interested in the 12-inch line. 12-inch line, I could talk. So I'm going to take my friend here, Scarlet, my 6-inch Scarlet Spider-Man, move him off. And I'm going to show you guys the box really quick. Now, I got to tell you guys, you might not see it with the light, but this is a holographic box. Well, you can see it when you do this. I don't even want to open this. When I saw these in my local Toys R Us, I wanted to buy them just to have the box. Now, obviously, we're going to open this up, and we are going to look at this figure, but I got to tell you guys, this box is so nice. It's really hard for me to want to open this. Now you get it back, so you get to see what you can do with the Spider-Man, whatever you'd like. It shows you got some articulation. Shows you with the Peter. Oh, sorry, it's a little bit too close. Shows you with the Peter Parker head, and then you get back to the window box. Now I'll tell you guys, this figure looks really great in the box. Let's open this box up, and let's actually get into the figure itself. And here Spider-Man is outside the box. Oh, what I do for you guys. Anyway, we got the 12-inch figure. We got some accessories. Let's start off with the actual figure. So here you go. Give you guys a close-up of our Amazing Spider-Man. Lots of articulation. You got the neck, the head. Can look up about that high. Can look down about that far. You can pull the head off pretty easily. It's on a ball joint, and it goes right back in. Nice click. Okay. Got the ab crunch, which goes about that far back. Then you got another crunch by the waist, so he can bow if he wants. Only about that far. You can see in the back here, follows nicely. It has the wings, which I like that because it allows for the arms to really pull back or really crunch forward, depending on how you want to pose your Spider-Man. If you want him to look like he's flying in the air, now your Spider-Man could look like he's flying in the air. Or flying up. Woo! Okay, now let's stop that. Okay, you got a swivel at the top after the wing. You got a double elbow joint. Wrist articulation. Nothing at the upper arm. And I want you guys to remember that because I'm going to explain something later on. Legs. Upper leg. You can kick straight forward. Double knee. Can swivel at the upper leg. Has a pivot on the foot. And the toes actually bend the wrong way and the right way. So this figure has potential for a lot of poses. It can be posed in many ways, but unfortunately with that, I did have to play with the figure a little bit, mess around with the joints a bit, because they were a bit stiff. If you have this problem, there are many methods. I would recommend checking out a few videos on how to make joints a little softer. Me, I just messed around with it for a bit. Everything was fine. Now, I was showing you guys the figure up close. So let's actually look at the figure now. So, the paint job is amazing. I do like the paint job. Love the job on the back. And even if you crunch forward, There's extra paint inside, even in the front. So no matter what, your figure has its stuff. The one thing I don't like though is in here, they could have painted this blue to kind of blend in with the arm. Kind of throws me off because on the other side, yeah, the red pins work because it blends in. But then when you turn it around, you see the blue and you see those red pins. I'm sure it's something I could fix. And then I also love that they molded in the web shooter at the wrist. But here's my first complaint. When you want Spidey to shoot his webbing, right? Because there's no swivel at the upper arm right before the elbow, the web shooter or the molding of the web shooter is stuck in there. So only way you can make it really look accurate is if his fingers are like that. So you'd be shooting that way. But for this way, the web shooter is only molded here and there's nothing to do. There's no swivel. And I was like, whoa. So that's one minor complaint, is that they molded the web shooter inside without giving us a upper or lower arm swivel, so we can't turn it. So it's a little bit off there. At least for me, that throws it off a bit. I like that they actually put the wrinkles in the suit so it doesn't look like it's literally just the suit. The hands are really nice. I like that. We'll talk about the accessories in a moment. I like the extra pivots in the feet because we all know sometimes Spider-Man gets into positions where he needs his feet to be like that. Well, you can't see it. I can. Well, anyway. So I like that. It also helps to ground the figure because, as you guys might or might not know, Marvel Legend figures are a bitch to get to stand sometimes. I'm sorry, but it's true. Marvel Legend figures have the hardest time in my house with standing. I mean, some of my Marvel Legends have to actually lean up against the wall because their joints are so loose, either in the legs or up here, that it pushes them forward and they fall. So let's look at the accessories really quick. Let's look at the hands. You have your standard web shooter hands. If you want to have the web, you know, it's always, Spider-Man always has his web shooter hands. You cannot have a not web shooter hands Spider-Man. Actually, this is modeled after, if you would like the regular 6-inch version, there was a 6-inch version of this exact figure recently. I forgot which wave it was, but they did have a regular Spider-Man just like this. Came with a pizza that would go into these hands. These are the like crawling hands when he's crawling on the wall, you know. So you got two of those. So if you want to pose your Spider-Man on a wall, you got those. And then, of course, you have your standard closed fists, or if you want them to be punching somebody. And they pop in and out, no problem. As you guys might have noticed, in the box, he actually had the fist here. I switched it out to have both of the web shooters. I'm not sure which hands I'm going to be using yet, but I like having the ability to swap in between those three. Really cool. And if you do own the 6-inch Peter Parker, see if the pizza fits in this hand, or buy a pizza from one of your other figures. So anyway, and just like the Peter Parker, the Spider-Man from the 6-inch, you get a half-masked Peter Parker face, which you could swap with. And then you get a fully unmasked Peter Parker. And this is actually a different face mold than the one that you got with the 6-inch. Looks a little bit nicer in my opinion, but I don't own the 6-inch to compare. I've just seen videos on it. So you can customize your Spider-Man to have half mask, full mask, no mask. And I think my camera is on a bit of a fuzz because it's still looking at this. There we go. So I like this figure a lot. There's a lot of possibilities with posing, with different heads, with different hands. This figure is like your ultimate 12-inch figure. Well worth $30 back when it first came out. Definitely worth 20 bucks. Go check it out. Amazon.com right now. You might be able to get your hands on this guy for only 20 bucks. I actually do have, drop a little hint for you guys, I do have one more of the 3 12-inch Marvel Legend figures. I will be doing a review on that figure tomorrow, so definitely come back to check that out. But unfortunately couldn't get Deadpool. Would have liked to have gotten Deadpool. That one's a little bit harder to find and a little bit more pricey, depending on where you find it. But yeah, I like it. I like the posability. My one gripe, again, is that the web shooters are molded inside the wrist. So if you want to make it look like he's shooting forward, he's going to look a little weird because his web shooters are kind of stuck inside of his wrist instead of swiveling around like, you know, I don't know. I think they were planning to do an upper arm swivel and they just didn't, which is okay. But they should have unmolded those web shooters at least. That's just my opinion. All in all, it's a beautiful figure. If you can get your hands on this for $20 when you normally would pay $20 for a Spider-Man that's this size, okay? If you're going to pay $20 for a figure that's this size, this is a whole figure above that. If you're going to pay $20 for this little guy, you can pay $20 for this big one, and you've got tons of posing possibilities. You got lots of really awesome stuff. I'm really happy we found this figure, and I had to show it for you. I had to get it to show you guys for 400, and I definitely wanted to let you guys know that it's out there, it's still available, and it's definitely gone down in price since its first release. So, once again, this is my review of the 12-inch Marvel Legends 12-inch Spider-Man from their only 12-inch series at this moment. If Marvel Legends would like to know if we want more 12-inch figures, yeah, I would like a couple more. I mean, keep them at $30 a pop unless you're going to do the, the Incredible Hulk, and he's a little bit bigger, so I'm guessing 40 because it'll be a deluxe size. But yeah, I would like a couple more 12-inch superposable Marvel superhero figures. Yeah, I could name a couple I'd want off the top of my head right now. But anyway, that's just me. What do you guys think? Do you want more 12-inch Marvel Legend figures? Are you a fan of the Marvel Legends? Are you having the same issue with your Legends and their posability? Do you like the ability to pose your figure however you like? I love it. I like having multiple possibilities with hands and heads and posing. For me, this figure is just a 10 out of 10. Just my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys really soon in the next video. We got lots more still to come for this 400th comic book review celebration weekend, so stay tuned.